Hello and welcome or welcome back. This is Gonna Be Debt Free. And one of the ways that I am gonna be debt free is that I do a look back on the month that I just finished and see how my actuals compare to my plan. And then I do a budget for the upcoming month, and I tend to do those at the same time. So let's look at how June actually went. So my expected income was $5,500, and in biweekly 12 it was $3,000. In biweekly 13 it was $2,500. I'm not counting this 180 because that 180 was actually part of the 3,000. So it's the 3,000 plus the 2,500, which is my actual was 5,500. For my four walls, I was expecting 670, which is 335 each time. I did 335 both times, so I was actually at 670. For my debts, I had 1,900 and 1,900, which is 3,800. So I was right on target for what I put towards debts. And my expenses, I was expecting 1,020. This didn't exactly play out the way I expected. But, so for groceries, I had 200 and 200. So that was 400. Gas was 200 and 200. So that was 400. This did work out. The dog was 15 and 15. And my miscellaneous was 20 and 20. Oh, so those were all as expected. Now, so for my dog surgery, I did make an adjustment here. And I did pull out 150 towards the dog surgery. And so that cash rolled into the next one. So I think if I do all that math, I should just be this $10, which I actually have sitting in an envelope. So if I do, oh yeah, this will all work out then. So my actuals. So 400 plus 400 plus 30 plus 40 plus 150 was 1,020, because I planned for the unexpected. I knew a little in advance, enough to start pulling some of that aside. So for my actuals, I actually had 5,500 in income. For my four walls, it was actually 670. My expenses was actually 1,020. My debts was actually 3,800. Instead of the snowball, it was actually 0, and that was cash. So I did kind of adjust it a little bit, but so if I do the cash here, that ended up being 10. That makes that 1030, 1030. So if I do 5,500 minus 670 minus 1,030 minus 3,800, I had nothing for snowball, but that does give me my zero-based budget. So I'll carry the cash there and count it as an expense. But even though I didn't have any extra snowball this month, I did get, I stayed right on target for my debts, which means the 300 plus 1,900, which is 2,200, went towards Home Depot in June, which is really great news. And then I do still have cash sitting in an envelope that I can roll into it, because this dog surgery, the 150 is only the first half I was trying to pull out. So I need to do that again in July. But considering that I was cash flowing an unexpected surgery with a reduced income because I went on vacation, I'm actually really happy that I was able to make it all work, but I made it work because I actually had a plan and I stuck to the plan. So all really good. Came out to 0 budget, and I'm really happy with the way June went. So let's look at July. So more changes coming. And part of it is my own fault, because one of the things I did when I was on vacation is I started evaluating what I was doing and how I was doing it. And I've decided to change some of my side hustle stuff up. Because when I was on vacation, I had to give up $500 worth of income. And it's honestly my hardest income. It's the most work. It's probably the lowest payoff dollar per hour. But it's been something I could do at home, and I just did it because I could do it. But I really want to change things. So I am giving up. It's kind of a side hustle and a half, but I'm going to give that up. But that's going to affect my income for the month of July. Now, bad news is it's going to adjust my income. The good news is I've just decided to pivot to, there are 2 different side hustles that I've kind of wanted to do for a really long time. And I've decided that they're more long-term, they fit my lifestyle better. I'm going to enjoy them more, which I think means that I will be able to do them more long-term, because I'm kind of getting burned out on the ones that I don't like. And I do have fewer options based on where I live. So I am going to change it. But that means that I'm going to have to give up my regular income. It's about $500 of it every 2 weeks. So that means it's going to bring my regular income down to $5,000. And that's going to change everything. I can always go back to doing them if I need to, if I get into a jam, but I'm hoping I can come up with a budget that will fit within this, because this new side hustle is going to take a little time to get up to speed. I've got to do some research, and then it's going to take some time to implement. So, but I'm just ready for a change. I can't handle the burnout. So income is going to go down, and so I'm pretty sure I can do 5,000, because that is still some side hustle money. And then it's my regular paycheck with some very consistent side hustle money that is largely passive and that I enjoy doing. So that's something I can count on. So I'm going to write out my 4 walls, and then I'll be right back. Okay, for my mortgage, I do not have a mortgage, and I do not have electricity. I'm on solar. My water comes out to about $40 a month. I'm on septic, so I don't have sewer or trash. And my propane is once a year. It averages out to about $20 a month. My internet is $110 per month. My insurance is about $400 a month. And my cell phone is just under $100 a month. So I'm going to write out my debts, and I will be right back. Okay, for my debts, Chase is paid off, American Express credit card is paid off, and my personal loan is paid off. And the 3 of those combined comes to $1,900, which I move into my snowball. So this amount never drops below the $3,607 that I started with. And that's my goal all along. My Home Depot, I round up to $300 a month. My American Express personal loan is $1,000 a month, and my truck is $600 rounded up. It's $554, but I pay $600 a month. I'm going to get into my expenses. I'll list them out and I'll be right back. I have dog surgery that I still need to save up for. And I need to have $150 for that. And I think I'm going to have to make some adjustments. So I'm going to write my summary in and come back and we'll do some math and we'll see how the numbers play out to come up to my new number. Okay, so my income is $5,000. My four walls is 40 plus 20 plus 110 plus 400 plus 100 is 670. That stays the same. Then my debts is 300 plus 1,000 plus 600 plus 1,900 is 3,800. And I'll probably pay off Home Depot. I'm really getting really close to that. So that might change mid-month, but my total, I'm still trying to keep it at the 3,800. So if it does, I will just move the money down to the next debt that I'm paying on. So if I take my four walls is 670, my debts are 3,800. So if I have $5,000 and I take out the 670 and I subtract out the 3,800, that leaves me $530. And groceries is usually 400 and gas is 400, so I'm already way over on that. So I'm gonna use a pencil for a minute. So I need this to be 530. And I need to pull out money for the dog surgery, which gives me $380 to play with here for these items. That usually comes to over $800. You know, I'm gonna do nothing for the dog and nothing for miscellaneous. I can give up my hobby, and the dog has enough food and stuff for the moment. Because I have to do the surgery, I kind of just need the wiggle room there. I am gonna skimp, and I'm gonna cut my grocery bill in half. I'm gonna bring it down to 200, and I bring my gas for my car down to 100. I do still have money in the envelope for the gas for the car, and I have a pretty full pantry. So if I do that, I have 200 plus 100 plus 150, 450. Yeah, I'm gonna up this to 150. It's gonna give me a little bit better breathing room. So that makes that 200 plus 150 plus 150. It's 500. So I'm gonna actually do, again, I'm gonna add some money into a cash envelope. I already have 10 in it from last month. I'm gonna add 30 into it so that I get to this 530. 200 plus 150 plus 150 plus 30 is 530. If I bring 530 over here, that should work out. So I have 5,000 income minus 670 minus 530 minus 3,800. It leaves me nothing for my extra snowball, but it does get me to a zero-based budget and still lets me cash flow the dog surgery and will give me the 10 I already have plus 30 more in a cash envelope for, I'm not exactly sure what my final amount's going to be on the dog surgery. They said 300 to 350, so I'm hoping for 300, but I'll have a little bit of cash in the envelope so that I don't have to, because I'm not going to have money to pilfer from. And I'm going to be pretty lean for a little while. But I just feel like this is the right time to make the change. And I can skimp, I can get by for a little while. And I will just make all this work for this month. And hopefully by the end of July, I'll have a plan put forward for my new side hustle and be able to get some money coming back in a little while. But that's kind of a big change. That my income is going down isn't a surprise. I kicked it into overdrive at the beginning of this year to do things that I could do to bring in money to pay off my debts faster. But some of them were a limited time basis, which is fine because I maximized them when I could and used the money for that. And some of them were a lot of work, but I was super motivated. But burnout is real, and I want to readjust now before I throw in the towel, because I still have some debts to pay off, although I do expect to get Home Depot paid off, I think in July. And then I'll be down to just having my last couple. And that's really why I accelerated the way I did, and just put the pedal to the metal to try to get at least half of my debts paid off. And if I can get the first 4 paid off, I'll feel like I have breathing room, because I have a really substantial snowball. I have a $1,900 snowball. As soon as I get Home Depot paid off, it will be a $2,200 snowball, which is more than my monthly minimums. So if something happened, I would be okay. Now, I'm not saying I want to just give up and just let these ride for years, but it does mean that if something happens, I have to back off a little bit. I have the capacity to do so now. Whereas my first budget was a negative $850, and I didn't know what I was going to do. I was in a horrible place. But putting a plan together and sticking to the plan and cutting back. I mean, this is everything. I don't have any subscription services. I don't do any of the anything extras. I really have dialed it back, and I am trying really hard to cash flow anything extra that comes along. And I am very, very grateful to be in the position that I'm in, that having a change in income isn't completely derailing me. So that's where I was for June. This is where I'm heading for July. And I'll let you know how things go as I proceed. There is still a giveaway going on. I am going to do my first couple of YouTube paychecks. So you can subscribe, like, and comment and be entered. I'm going to do them for a while. I'm just really grateful to this community to be in this position because of not only all of the amazing inspiration that I get when I sit and binge watch people, but you guys specifically for the amazing support that has kept me motivated and moving forward. And I'm just grateful that I get the chance to pay it back a little bit. So sign up for the giveaway, subscribe, like, comment, and I will catch you next time.